Boom. What is going on, everybody? Was it Wednesday? Yeah, happy Wednesday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today we're going to be looking at a new brewery that I don't think I've ever actually tried any of their beers before. I was out in kind of that area a couple weeks ago, and this is my first time experiencing something from them. So we're going to be looking at one from Wolf's Ridge Brewery. Wolf's Ridge Brewing over in Columbus, Ohio. They decided to... Hold on, I got a sneeze coming. What the fuck? God damn it. The moment I think a sneeze is coming, it goes away. That's the worst thing ever. Okay, so this is an Imperial breakfast style stout that comes in at a 10% ABV. And the cool thing about this one, they made this as like a collaboration for National Women's Day, along with kind of working with different kind of companies in the state of Ohio. Like when they made this one, they made sure to get Ohio sourced coffee along with Ohio sourced maple syrup as well, which I think is really cool how to enjoy this one. So I'm pretty excited. I love myself a good stout, and it's the perfect kind of weather for a nice kind of higher ABV stout. This comes in at 10%, so definitely up there in ABV, definitely not sessional. It has 40 IBUs, so I'm expecting there to probably be a little hoppy bitterness to it, which I want to see how that's going to work out with this one. But yeah, look at that can. It's simple, has a lot of brunch style foods on there, has that kind of old drawing kind of style that you would see in like newspapers on the caricatures and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a charity beer that they came with. A lot of the proceeds went to an organization that I'll talk about in a little bit. But I'm pretty damn excited, and let's talk about Wolf's Ridge really quick, because they do a cool thing over there, because they wanted to kind of incorporate two different kind of things. They have a love for fine dining, so they wanted to incorporate their love for fine dining with their passion for craft beer. So, and they love how they pretty much wanted to kind of incorporate those two elements together, which you kind of see pretty often now. A lot of those breweries that kind of that serve food and everything have that kind of fine dining experience, just with the local ingredients and everything's fresh, and just the presentation, a lot of the stuff looks absolutely fantastic, to be honest. So I'm pretty and looking at the brewery here, they have a bunch of different where is it? Let's see. They have a dining room. They have the Hickory Room. So their dining room, they do have a full-on menu and all that stuff, which sounds fantastic. Well, yeah, they have all kinds of. Let's see, a falafel burger, duck breast. Let's see, burgers. Let's see, garlic fries. That sounds fantastic. But yeah, all their food on their menu looks kind of elegant and pretty cool looking. So if you want to go over to their website, link in the description to check them out. It's down in the description below for you guys. But before we do that, before I even taste this beer, let's go to Untappd here and see what they consider similar beers. So there was different variants of this one. Obviously, they made this one in 2019, they made this one in 2020, and then they made a 2021 version. But then they also have one that's a variant of it called Ladies Who Build Fires, which it's not really available right now, but it's a cool kind of concept because it was a Chipotle and maple breakfast stout, which sounded pretty delicious, and I'm starting to become a fan of breweries using peppers and stuff to add into the beer, just to add that extra element of warmthness for a higher ABV beer. So, looking here on some similar, what Untappd says similar beers are, we got one from Hop Frog Brewery, the Chorus the Quasher, which I've had and it's fantastic. Definitely up there with something that it's a 15.7. Definitely will warm you up and kind of give you those coffee notes and all that stuff. Then we got from Noble Beast Brewing Co. We got the Sleep Thief Nitro Coffee Milk Stout, which sounds absolutely delicious. And then let's see, we got one from Maplewood Brewing Company called the Morbidly Obese Pug, the Cookies and Cream, which I really like the name of that one, to be honest. 10% ABV over there. And then we got one from American Icon Brewery called Freedom Torch. So, to be honest, it's either ones I would pick for similar, because I know this one has coffee in it too, so maybe that Sleep Thief Nitro Coffee Stout would be one, but it's only a 4.5, so you wouldn't be getting the warmthness that a 10%, kind of that booziness that a 10% ABV beer would be bringing. Or I'd maybe do the Morbidly Obese Pug. The Chorus the Quasher is definitely... It's not for the faint-hearted. It's definitely very boozy. It's very intense, and it's absolutely delicious. So, if you have any of those by you, you might be able to get a similar experience to this one from Wolf's Ridge. But let's take a look at Ladies Who Brunch and kind of figure out what this one's going to be about. I'm excited. I always like a nice stout to start the day, especially on a cold fall day when our heat in our house decides to take a shit on us too. So we actually have the oven like on and open just to kind of add a little bit of warmth in the house. So plus hoodie, and I'm actually wearing socks for the first time in months, I feel like, just to kind of keep myself warm. But let's crack this guy open and see what this thing's all about. Oh yeah, definitely. This is definitely going to be more. I feel like you're getting the coffee right away. You're getting like that kind of chocolatey cacao nib kind of note in there. But I'm expecting this. I'm not sure if it's going to give like a syrupy mouthfeel. I'm definitely thinking that it's going to be heavy just because it's a 10% ABV. But just by the smell, other beers that I've had with this kind of similar smell, it's not going to leave like a silky kind of coating on your mouthfeel, like a creaminess. It might leave that kind of dry mouthfeel. Because I notice a lot of coffee stouts do have that element to it as well. But yeah, it smells like perfect beer for this kind of weather. So without further ado, let's pour this guy. Drink it out of my untapped tulip glass this afternoon. Let's see how this pours. Oh yeah, dark. Has like a light brown head to it already. Not much of a head. Coming out pretty heavy. It looks absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks absolutely delicious, if I say so myself. Has a nice, actually, more of a head than I thought would be there. Definitely getting that kind of more coffee note coming through, a little bit of that cacao nib, chocolatiness. Yeah, smells delicious. So without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So, cheers everybody. Happy Wednesday. Okay, it's definitely doing what I expected to do. Very upfront on the coffee. Gets like a nice kind of balance between like coffee and dark chocolate in there. There's other elements in this beer that kind of surprised that they put in it, but I'm not really getting a lot of those. Like supposedly there's like cinnamon in here and orange peel, and not really getting elements of that in this at all. It's definitely more predominantly like a dark roasty kind of coffee flavor in there, and then you kind of get like this sweet, like a semi-sweet chocolate. Not probably like not a dark chocolate. But I would definitely get more of that. It's just a very nice, predominant coffee and chocolate breakfast stout. And it's pretty damn delicious. Nothing really setting the boundary for, like, extraordinary kind of style when it comes to this kind of beer. It's not really breaking any molds of something that I've never had in this kind of beer before. It's just, the flavors are great. Definitely leaves that kind of drier mouthfeel at the end, which is fine. I enjoy that, but I do enjoy like that kind of velvety, silky kind of syrupy mouthfeel as well. But let's go here on Untapped and actually see what the actual description of this guy is. So what this one's really cool. So here's to the invincible bunch, the ladies who brunch, the bold women who enjoy bold beer. We present our female brewed tribute to the International Women's Day. So yes, this beer was brewed entirely by women, which I think is pretty cool. And it features maple syrup, coffee, cinnamon, coconut, cacao nibs, vanilla, and orange peel. They're proud to donate the portion of the beer sales to the YWCA Columbus to raise the glass for the wonderful women who drink, brew, sell, serve, and share a beer. Cheers. Yeah. So, not really getting much of the maple syrup in there at all either. Maybe it's adding that kind of sweetness to kind of make that chocolatey note, not as like of a dark chocolate flavor, adding that like semi-sweet kind of note to it. Not really getting much of coconut or cinnamon, and definitely not really tasting any orange peel in there at all. So, I would think the predominant kind of bitterness in this that you normally get from like a coffee stout, when there's always going to be like a slight bitterness, it's probably from that coffee, and then kind of mixing in between with that 40 IBU rating where they hopped it, probably during the, I'm assuming they did it during the boil to kind of give that IBU in there. I don't think they did it at any other stage of the brewing. But overall, yeah, it's pretty solid. I'm definitely a fan. So let's see what other people rated this one. I'm curious. So, look here first, going on Untapped. Check my friends list, see if anybody else checked it in on my friends list. Of course, you have my dad, who gave it a 3.75, saying, I don't normally do breakfast for dinner, but it seems an exception for this. So he had this little breakfast stout around dinner time, which is perfectly fine. It's always time to drink a nice stout when it's cold weather out. But let's see what other ratings here. Actually, before I do that, let's see. Like I said, 10% ABV, 40 IBUs, and with over 2,122 ratings. This one has an average rating of 4.12 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. And it's pretty good rating. So looking here, let's see. This person gave it a 4.75, another 4.25, 4.25. Let's see, this guy gave it a 4. He drank it a day before Halloween, and it says it was canned on March 9th of 2021. So he's had that one sitting, so it's probably nice and boozy and has great flavors in there. But let's see, got a 4.5, got a 4 saying good coffee, which I definitely agree. The coffee flavors are really nice. It's not too bitter. It's not too like overly predominant. Let's see, we got another 4. 3.75 saying Friday beer is a lot to unpack from this one. So yeah, he's definitely enjoying that. Let's see, we got another 4.25. Looks like somebody drank this at a game. I gave it a 4.25. Another 4 saying it's a cinnamon stout, but a bakery taste though. I'm not really getting the cinnamon at all, or the bakery kind of note that this guy's getting. So, but yeah, this guy gave it another 4.25. Purchased at Wolf's Ridge, so that's cool. I'm not sure if, let's see, shop. Let's see if it's available right now. Let's look. Let's see, seasonal. So the Ladies Who Brunch is available right now if you want it. So that's really cool if you want to get your hands on that one. But yeah, overall, pretty solid. Columbus, from what I've heard, has a lot of pretty good breweries over there. So it's pretty nice to see another good one come out of Ohio, which I always like seeing something pretty close to me coming out with good beer. So let's start figuring out what we're going to be doing for ratings on this one, because it's about that time. Let's look at can art first. Oh yeah, can art's nice. It's very, I like knowing that it's a charity beer. I like the kind of details they put in it, kind of telling the story on the side of what it's about. All that, so they put it right there, and then they put in right the companies they collab with the maple syrup and the coffee, which was really cool. I really like their logo with the wolf and the kind of like the diamond almost square turned sideways kind of situation. It's a really clean logo. I like the accents they did in the background of that black part with having the squiggly lines. It has that kind of overview of like seeing the terrain of different areas, so that's really cool. And then they just added a nice little like mix of foods that you would have during brunch, which I think is a nice kind of little pop of color to add to the can art, which is really nice. So they have a cinnamon roll, bacon, cinnamon sticks, butter and toast. They have mushrooms on here. Let's see. They have some muffins, waffles, croissants, all kinds of stuff. So it's stuff that you would normally see during brunch, which is really cool. So, can art, I like the accents, I like the colors, I like the kind of drawing aspect of the can art itself. I'll give it a nice solid 3.75, almost a 4. I'll give it a 3.75, probably. Pretty nice, yeah. Definitely something with that. If that purple part was like the part that's sitting out of this case or something, it would definitely be one that would catch my attention, just because I like the purple colors. I like the different accents of the whites and all that stuff that goes with it. So yeah, really nice can art. So let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Wolf's Ridge, would I get another one? To be honest, yeah, I think I would. It's nice. It's not, like I said, it's not too overly bitter from the coffee. It's not, there's definitely a decent amount of sweetness to it, so it's not too overly sweet at all either. So that balance between sweet and like kind of bitter is very, very well balanced in there. If you're a coffee stout fan, I think you might dig this one. It's definitely has that predominantly coffee flavor in your mouth that kind of sticks there and kind of coats the mouth for a while, which is really nice. And if you're not a coffee fan, like I don't drink coffee, but I enjoy coffee stouts, then who knows, you might enjoy this one too. But let's see. Let's figure out what my rating is going to be on this one. I'm probably going to give this one a really, really solid 7.75. It's good. Really, really good. I would definitely recommend, if you can find this one, if you're in the Ohio area, maybe places in Michigan, since it's pretty close to Columbus. maybe going over to Pennsylvania, you might be able to find stuff over there. So I'm not sure if they distribute, but if you want to possibly get some stuff from Wolf's Ridge, you can always get yourself on Tavour. It's a beer subscription / beer delivery service that is it's not really available in every state. I know there's parts of Pennsylvania, the DC area. Let's see, we got the Washington states. That's where they're out of. I've seen people in Dallas get stuff delivered to them. I've seen, of course, my area, the Chicagoland area. So all you have to do if you want to get your hands on stuff from Tavour, just download the app. It's available on Android or iPhone. And then you can just put in your zip code when you create your account, and they'll let you know right away if you can get beer delivered to you from them. And who knows, you might find stuff from Wolf's Ridge coming up on there. You might get another version of the Ladies Who Brunch, which, if they're going to be coming out with that every year, that's pretty cool. Having a full women team kind of brew this one's actually a cool experience, and knowing that the proceeds are going to like a nonprofit's a really, really cool thing. So I definitely would love to support them more with this kind of beer. But overall, yeah, super solid. Really love the coffee in there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you everybody again for tuning in. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live doing another review. I think I might have one tomorrow. I'm not sure. Depends on what work is going to be doing. I'm not sure if I'm going in at all tomorrow. So you guys just have to find out when I do an Instagram post. If I do one. And if you want to see a social media aspect of beer drinking, always going to recommend you getting yourself on Untapped. It's a great platform. It's available on Android and iPhone. Or you can use it on the computer. You can see people like me, Wintucky, Ian, Duchess. Let's see, the Typhon, Sean and Lizzie, the Angry Hippies themselves, Lee, not the real Gerard Butler. We're all on there checking in beers. So all you need to do if you create an account, go down to my description, click the link in the description for my profile, shoot me a friend request. I want to see what other people are drinking. It's a really, really fun time over there. You can check in beers, get badges, all that kind of stuff. It's just a fun little kind of cultivated place where all craft beer drinkers can hang out and talk and shit, which is pretty fun. But other than that, that's what I have for you guys today. So thank you again for everybody for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to say it like I always say before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.